Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to CAD 180 AutoCAD. Before I starting anything, let's tell you one thing, that is, please go to the channel CAD 180 AutoCAD and CAD 180 Revit Architecture, and just this is my page channel, and please subscribe. Okay, let's start. So today we are going to discuss about the dimensions, right? You can see any plot in front of I am draw a building, so it's an elevation. So you can see the dimension is very much factor for the drawing. So you can see that, and I have some annotations there. Okay, so basically you have to do nothing, just to few things you have to remind, and just give it those things in every drawing, so it will be very much easier for you. So I have my standards of the dimensions, and I put it to the all drawing, so it will be very much easier for me, right? So let's check it out, and how I will do that onto the dimensions in my drawing, so it might be very much useful for you. So guys, keep watching and please watch till the end, right? So let's start. So first of all guys, you have to do nothing, just starting when you just start your drawing, you have to set up your units, right? I always tell, before I start any video, I always say that is, you have to put your unit in or decimal or architecture, whatever you have need that you have. Okay, and now for the when we come to the dimension part, what we are going to do, it's an DIMST. It's a little bit slow, I think. Yes, dim style, right? DIMST you have always mentioned, and how shortly we DMS. Okay, you don't find that, so dim style DIMST is the shortest, right, key. So DIMST, please note it down. You have to put DIMST for the dimension style setup. Just enter. So before after clicking that, you have find that the dimension style manager, right? In this box you can set up your dimensions for your present drawing. Okay, so you have see that is I just choose my house. Yeah, I just set up a new dimension style, so I just put the house in this drawing, and the setup is covering all these dimensions for this drawing only. Okay, so now how you could do that? If you are doing the standard, so standard and give a set current, right? So I just changing this portion. So what we are going to do, first of all, you have to new a new button, right? That is pages or cat house copy of standard. Don't take any annotation. If you need annotation, you can. So then user of dimensions Leno, right? So continue. So you can see another box is open for you. There is a new dimension style cat, right? Sorry for my voice. Actually, yesterday it's a pretty good match. That's why I was shouting so loud and the voice is correct. So now this is the method. Okay, just go to the line. Okay, so here you can see the by block. Always be by block. If you give any layers of so you can put it. So I just give red. You can see the changes done here. so it's very easy to you to notice how you can change all these things and how you can notice. Okay, and after put it in drawing how it looks, so it is very easier to you to notice beside this changes. So line type, if you are choosing outer side line type, so you can choosing the uh, this continuous or the breaking line. Okay, so always take these layers, solid line and line weight. If you choose a line weight, if you are considering any line with a weight of 0.5 mm, 0.6 mm, so it will be very easier to you to put that things in your drawing, right? So after that, the extend beyond the tricks, right? So just leave it the sections this and baseline spacing. The baseline spacing is the spacing of two lines and the vertical line with the arrow, right? So if I change, you can notice I just going to put one. So basically baseline is there, here and here, so the arrow is over to the vertical line. So if I give 0.38, so it will be not overlap to each other, right? So after all, you what you have to do, that is, if first of all you just make your dimension or give your dimension in your standard, then apply in your drawing. If you can see that's the not particular, not perfectly is putting in your drawing, or is very small to show your drawing and you can't even watch that, then you just come to this drawing and just go to the modify options. I will show you now. Okay, to suppress the dim line one, if you suppress the dim line one, then the one side of the portion of a baseline is just eliminated, and if another baseline two, then another portion is going to eliminate it, right? So just keep it and just leave it. Okay, so extension line is this line. You can, they can say the extension line is the vertical line, white bar, what vertical line. So this is the line type of extension line. If you give a extension line this type of breaking line, so it will converting in a breaking line. If you are giving in a solid state line, so it obtain the solid state line. This is a line weight. uh, what I can say earlier, that's the same portion, the line weight for the verticals one. Okay, and it's called the extension line. So you have to put it in your mind that so what is the extension line and what is the baseline spacing, right? So it's a baseline spacing is the number you can see and the vertical point, so it will be space below those 2 points. So if I going to do 2, so it will the closer, it will go 0.38. So now we are going to see these things later. Then go extend beyond dim lines. If you going to extend beyond dim lines, what is dim lines, right? So if you just want to know what is dim line, so just you can see, okay, extend dim line. So it will be totally out of the range is the dim line. Offset from origin, if you give the offset from origin, then it's the how the dimension you just measure from where to where, the total point, the origin point of the specific dimension line is just eliminated and not to showing. So I just give it here, fixed plane extension line. If you give a fixed plane extension line tick, then the total point of touching the eliminated origin is eliminated and it will just show from here to here, right? If you need that, if you okay, so not a problem. Then go to the symbol and arrows. Then the arrows is just basically 0.18, right? And it's a 0.09 center marks. So it is center marks is this for if you are just choosing a circular anything, or if you give a radius, so it's very needed to keep that mark. Okay, 0.09 and Literally we just see in our drawing after putting all these things there is a particularly it's a perfectly doing or not. Okay, so this is a break line, break size. So if you just give it to the 4.62, so you don't know how it changes, right? So keep it these things only. Okay, and then the arc lambda symbols and preceding dimension text. And jog line is the radius jog dimension. Okay, so this line is basically called the jog line. The radius, how you can measure the radius, but mainly the jog line. So if you give it to 80, then you can't see the changes, so I just keep it same. Linear jog dimension, jog height factor. Okay, so how much factor the text height. So this is the text height factor. You can't see the changes here. Then text, this is the actual text changing portion. Okay, it's the standard. If you want to give an annotation, so if you text color, here is the text color. If you give a text color green, so it's all changes to a green. If you take it to the white, it will be white. Fill color, if you want to fill the color here, then the blocking portions of all the dimensions are just keep that, and that's the block color, so I just give a none. Text height, if you give a text height, so doesn't show, right? So this portion is just going to divert, right? So first of all I have to take in this way. After that then we will going to put this, and if we see there's a wrong something, then we are just going to back and filling the refilling options is there. Okay, by the modify option. Fraction, height scale, and draw frame around text. If you draw a frame around text, here it looks, so just eliminate that. Vertical center, if you're going to over external, it will show there's the over, right? So just give center. Alright, offset from dim line, if you give an offset, you can see the changes. Notice carefully the changes is might place because of this dimension actually values from the gap. This gap is mainly the dim line. The dim line is this line, the arrow with the line is called a dim line. The red line you can see here is called mainly a dim line, right? So the text offset from the dim line, so it will be just, if you just give increasing values, there is a way they are have 1.59. if you give a 3 to 4, then it will be increase gradually, right? So just keep it 1.59 or zero point 0.5. Okay, and then text alignment is the horizontal. If you need a dimension here, you can. If you want the ISO, then the ISO standard is there. Okay, so mainly the ISO standard we use, but if you need any requirement from the client, that's it will be the horizontal portion, and it will be the alignment of dimension line. So if you just keep it only those way, then the fit, the arrow, either text or arrow best fit, right? If you are just tick on this option, then whichever is best fit in your drawing, so it will take on this type only. And if you are going to arrow tick, and then it will keep only the arrow, there is a no other options there, the text is totally eliminated. Then the text is there. If you are choosing text, then the arrows is eliminated. So it will be individual preferences, right? So both text and arrows, I can see both text and arrows, right? So here, but literally I just see, I can't see the arrow right now. Okay, then we will come back with the modify, right? And suppress the arrow if they don't fit inside. Suppress the arrow if it don't fit, means if the arrow line is not properly showing, then it will suppressing, and it will just take it inside, and the arrow line is properly shows. So by this clicking, so we don't need that. And text place, when the text is not a default position, place it beside the dimension line, over dimension line, and with the leader. So we don't need that. So beside the dimension line, you can see when the text is not in the default position, right? So these are the little bit researchable thing. Okay, you have to just see not my YouTube video, just research the whole YouTuber and YouTube videos. You can find lots of things, right? I place text manually, draw dim line. But one thing I just only wanna only says that if you are just take this video seriously, and if you just look at this video, you have learned a lot, right? So I just give you the depth. What is the depth about the dimension? So scale dimension to layout, fine tuning. So this is the, you can see, this is the level where the radius of this is just mentioned or taken. So it will just through back through to the point, plus point, right? So draw dim line. So if you click this here, right? Then primary units. If you have whatever unit you set in your drawing, it will be setting from here on. So you have to set here the dimension, the decimal, or this is the precision. If you give a precision 0.0, so it will be going this way. Okay, the decimal separator, you can see the round off. Okay, 0.0. Prefix suffix, don't need to give anything, prefix to suffix. Measurement scale, scale factor. Scale factor is 1. If you give a scale factor higher, then it will show the higher, or it will the values of after the point is higher. 1. Scale factor applied to layout dimension only. If you just click here, then the whatever your dimension or whatever your drawing is taken in which dimension, that's the take to this dimension layout only by taking this. Okay, zero suppression, leading, the trailing. Okay, just and this is the alternative unit. Or somewhere you can see in my drawing, I just give the alternative unit of inches, right? If you have a display the alternative unit, then you have to go to the architectural, and here is the portion. You can see that the multiplier for all units are 25.4. So what is 25.4? This is a specific multiplier used the conversion factor, which is the mainly primary or alternative units, whatever your primary units, and after the changes of your secondary units, this is the multiplying factor, which is just converting this, right? So round distance only, prefix only, just give it give up this section. We don't have need all these things in a basic, right? After payment below tolerance, right? The method of tolerance, none, leave it. 30% none, leave it. Then okay. So now after the okay, what the things you want to do, you have to just click on cat, whatever you just give a name of this your style, then set parent, close. Okay, then I come to here. Okay. Line. So you can see, okay, so you can see the in which portion you have to work now still. So we have to work in a text size, we have to work with the arrow, we have to work with the vertical one, right? So you have to work in a 3. So what the things you have to do, if you need to change it after that taking. So just go to the DMST, enter, and DMST, the cat, click on cat, modify. Right, so go to the symbol and arrows. I just give the symbol 50, right, arrow symbol 50, and the text size I give also 60, right. You can see the arrow, big arrows right here. So let's see what happened. Okay, then text arrow dot line text primary needs good. Okay, then okay, then okay, then close. So you can say it's a little bit okay for this, right. So I have to work on this portion also. It will need that. Okay, so then DMST, enter, modify after the break. Here 3, you can see the extension lines, keep it this. So then okay, so the dimension, if you still think about that it really need to be more wider, then go to the DMST, enter, modify. Have to sure that the whatever you just click is just only mentioned in a present drawing, right. Modify, then arrow is about 70, text is about 100. Now, is it fine? Okay, I think is it fine. I think it is fine, right? But so so in this way you can just set up your dimensions tab. Okay, in this way, if you having a changes, so you can see another changes is there, because it's a conversion from 2490. It's the whole drawing is in mm, right. So how would you know that is the drawing in mm? So you have to check, right, un, enter. You can see the decimal is there, the precision I set here. Okay, so this drawing is mainly in mm, and the drawing is mentioned in 1:100 scale. So you have to changing the 2490. It's basically 2490 changing is around 20.25. So it is mainly is 5271 after converting this to this. And if you just need these things in actually the inches, you have to put 0.039. so 0.039 is the factor changes mm to the inches. So you have to just check it, the conversion. Okay, then you can see if I change the state, modify 0.0394. I guess it is the conversion factor, I guess. If you have any doubt, I think please go and check it. Okay, okay, then you can see it's changing this way. So in this way you can done your dimensions, and the dimensions really very factor how you can set up your drawing dimension. And if you having a drawing and you can't even doing the dimension part, you don't know, so this drawing is basically wasted, right? So make sure that you learn in from this video. So I'll be pretty happy about that. Okay, so please subscribe and go our official website www.cad180.com, and please subscribe another channel, CAD180 Revit Architecture. Those who are very much interested in 3D drawing, AutoCAD 3D is probably in this market is just going down to down. So this another software, Revit Architecture, is very crucial and very essential in the market. So if you want to learn about the Revit architecture, please visit our another channel, CAD180 Revit Architecture, right? So guys, please subscribe, share and like this video. If you don't understand anything, please comment below and let me know, that is if you understand or not. So it's very much important for me also. So yeah, and if you have a new idea about dimension, please mention only also that. Okay, so I also have some knowledge to gather, right? So bye bye, take care.